There we go. It's Ross, Devil's Advocate. This guy here is called Milton Dick, Member of Parliament for this area, whatever it is, Oxley, Benalla. Of course, to me, they're all tarred with the same brush. Just some of them are, they're all turds. Just some of them are more highly polished turds. I first got here, he wasn't talking to anyone. I should have jumped in straight away, but I did want to have this sort of distance video footage of explaining that when I go up there and he sees the camera, he's going to go, I don't want to talk, make an appointment at the office. He's going to go into complete deniability because he stopped doing the will of the people. Same as most of the politicians. They're all posses. They stop doing the will of the people, they do the will of the political party. Now, behind this guy here, he's talking to someone. But I'll wait a few minutes because most people he's only given a couple of minutes to, or they can only tolerate him for a couple of minutes and then they walk away. So I'm just sitting down relaxing. I went to get a coffee before and they didn't accept cash, so cancel that. But they didn't ask me about my mask, since how I'm not wearing a mask. So I seem to be one of the few. There are a few people around here, and I gave a rude sign to the QR code as I walked in, and the bloke next to me goes, I feel the same way. So it's a silent sort of contempt that everyone has for the goings-ons of these political parties at the moment. And this guy's going over time. Not that that really matters. I mean, I've got very few things to do today, but of course my life doesn't stand still and no one does my chores for me. Probably do need a tripod though, that'll make it handy. Or something with that chicken head that holds the camera still. Chicken head type of technology. So he's in full explaining. He's had his sip of water, hasn't put the mask back on. Just got it hanging over his face. But then he might be following the directions of the Health Minister for Queensland, who says if you're your own best doctor if you've got a heart disease or asthma or whatever, or a good reason to why you can't wear a mask, then don't wear a mask. But of course, that goes against the public outcry that they say that everyone, it's mandatory. It's not mandatory. Masks are not mandatory. And the government should be saying this. It's a common sense aspect that if you feel concerned about this pandemic, wear a mask. If you don't feel concerned about it, don't wear a mask. It should be that simple. And since January, and I'll be raising this point, since January this year, and it's now July, middle of July, 2 people have died in Australia. 2, as far as I know. I could be incorrect. But from the research and the presentations I've found on the internet, and of course this is not the health department, because they don't advertise how many people die of vaccines. Apparently it's over 200, near 270 from what I understand. But the government will deny that all day long. They'll just go, oh, we need to know the complications that they might have had and pre-existing conditions. And well, if they're going to go by that ruling, then you've got to do the same thing with the getting the COVID. I mean, if people died from COVID, did they have pre-existing conditions? And, you know, you've got to ask the same questions for and against whatever the topics are that you use. Question everything. And that's what I'd say, question everything. So I'll pause this for a moment and see how we go. I'll wait a few minutes. Alright, he's not talking to anyone, so here I go. There we go. Milton Dick, I'm recording.
Yes, I know you always do.
That's right. Last time you were a bit upset about it when I was doing it.
No, mate, it wasn't. No, you're right.
I've still got it on my YouTube channel,
Yeah, I know,
that you refused to want to talk to me on for a video.
We had a good chat last time, yeah.
We had a better chat off camera, but
We had a good chat, yeah.
I'd like to know a couple of things. Could you answer a question as to how many people have died from COVID or its strain this year in Australia?
Oh, too many. That's the tragic.
Two.
That's the tragic news. That's COVID, yeah.
Two. From what I understand, it's two, isn't it? Since January, it's two.
Well, one loss is too many.
Well, in that retrospect, you may as well say, you may as well try to stop death. You may as well try to stop cancer, you may as well try people dying from malaria and another 20 different diseases. Mate, I'm talking to Milton, if you don't mind. I'll talk to you later if you want. You want to have a talk later?
That's okay, mate.
Because
What's your question?
double talking here is not advantageous for anyone. So how many people have died? Say two, right? Now, how many people have died from the vaccine do you know of?
Look, I'm not going to engage with you on your conspiracies or...
I'm asking you a straight question.
I'm just saying, if you've got any local issues, I'm going to talk to you, but there's no point having a conversation.
From what I understand, COVID is a local and national issue, isn't it?
Well, of course it is.
Well, right, then I'm talking to you about a local issue.
Well, there's been a number of reported issues that, you know, if you want me to get some data for you, I'm happy to do it.
Well, the data I've found that isn't on the health department webpage, they'll tell you how many people have attracted COVID, but they won't tell you how many people have died from the vaccine. Now, the figure I've got is 272. Now, of course, I can't get confirmation from a government official website for that, but I'm sure the doctors that are being censored and doing this data correlation...
I understand there's a lot of people out there who hold anti-vaxxer positions.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer, I'm a pro-choice.
We don't believe in the science, I understand that. That's your right, but unfortunately I stand with the scientists and the health officials that want to vaccinate people to keep our community safe. We want to ensure that we deal with COVID in the most professional way that we can.
So I stand with scientists too, but the scientists that I seem to be researching are censored by the social media.
We'll agree to disagree, but I'll stand with doing what I can to vaccinate the community to make sure that we fight COVID.
Shouldn't it be a my body, my choice about the vaccine?
Just said, we're going to terminate this now. We've had a chat, agree to disagree.
You spend a lot more time with other people. I've been watching you for the last half an hour. You spend a lot more time with other people, with other different subjects, but because it's something you don't want to talk about, you want to terminate.
If you're going to continue with this, and you're going to harass people so that they can't come around and they can't talk.
Okay, where is everyone that's... There's no one around. I literally waited over there half an hour for you.
When you come to this to disrupt, and so you don't let people come over, we can call the police again, and they'll move you on again like they've done before. That's what you want, Ross. You know.
So you were the one that called the police last time before you showed up.
Call the police on people, but if you're going to disrupt, we'll have security here again. You know, this is what you do. I know you troll me on Facebook. I know you post inappropriate messages on my page. I know you're not interested. You're not a local resident. I know that. But you've had your conversation now.
I was born in this country.
You've done your recording.
Doesn't matter whether I'm local to Australia, mate.
We're going to terminate this now, Ross, because it's the same thing that happens when you come to my other mobile offices. You come here to disrupt.
Well, once.
You've done it a number of times. We get that, Ross.
Twice.
Well, okay, but it's doubling all the time then. So we get that.
No, that was a question, not a statement.
Okay, Ross, we understand that, but it's the same thing with your conspiracy theories and all of the stuff you put on my Facebook page.
See, I like the way you throw the word conspiracy theory around. Like, everything that those conspiracy theorists have been saying has been happening.
Look, I'm sure you and your 10 followers on YouTube, I understand that. Look, I understand you're entitled to do what you want, but I've got a job to do, and that's representing people and making sure our community is safe and that we get as many people vaccinated as possible.
All right. Goodbye.
Have a good day, Ross. See you later.
Now, do you want to have a chat?
Mate, you got absolutely nothing you can say that I want to hear.
Good. Thank you. Not as complete denial as I thought, but he's still a wanker. So, now, he's just hustled me off. And we'll watch this for a minute or two. No one there. No one going to him. See, I haven't interrupted his social standing at all. He is just a belligerent posse. Okay, open out.